Get ready for a meal you can really sink your teeth into. Risotto, steak, and asparagus with a side of song and dance from a guest I'm hoping isn't a pain in the neck. I'm Jeff Philbin. This is Dinner DeeAs. My guest today in the Dinner DeeAs kitchen is Keaton Miller. He's an actor, singer, and dancer playing the lead in a new play called Dracula, a comedy of terrors at the Strads in Tampa, which runs through October 26th. Welcome to the Dinner DeeAs kitchen, my friend.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited to have you here because, you know, I hope to be almost like the Van Helsing. You could be like the Dracula for today.
Absolutely. Well, I'm very used to playing Dracula. So.
I can't wait to get more into it because off stage, Keaton's resume reads like a lot of other actors. He does choreography, coaching, but get this. He's also a trained chef who runs a private chef service in New York City. And he's brought us an idea for dinner inspired by everyone's favorite Transylvanian.
That's right.
Dracula. All right. So what are we making then?
All right. So today we're going to make a bloody beet risotto. All right.
I mean, right there, you already had me at the blood.
Of course.
But then we got beets.
Yes. Good for your heart, good for your blood pressure. It's the perfect meal for any of Dracula's victims.
And it doesn't have to be just as a side. You could really celebrate a beet really nicely here. Yeah, all right. What do we need to do with them?
So all I'm going to do is I'm going to start by cutting off the ends of the beets, and then I'm going to wrap them in foil with a little bit of olive oil, some thyme, and some rosemary, and then we're going to roast them in the oven.
Oh, that sounds fun.
To get them nice and fork tender. So I usually would do like one beet for each.
Okay.
And then if you will actually get the olive oil ready for me and all of our seasonings. All right, so what I'm gonna have you do is I'm gonna have you just put a little bit of olive oil on there. And I'm gonna go ahead and get in there with our herbs. Perfect.
Around you here. I love that.
I know, the aromatics really, really help bring out the earthiness of the beet.
Absolutely, it kind of just celebrates it.
Yeah. Will you hand me the salt and pepper?
Sure.
Well, you do the pepper, I'll do the salt.
I'll follow you with the pepper.
Yeah, how about that?
We are just co-starring right now over here on this one. All right, coming in clutch right here. So a little salt, a little rosemary.
Perfect.
Pepper, thyme, like this is simple.
Oh, it's so easy. And then you just wrap it up in the oven at around 400 degrees, and that is your beet.
How long do you want these in the oven for?
Probably about an hour, so that they have a full time. You really want them to be fork tender.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's next?
Next, we're gonna get started on our risotto.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Now we already started getting this pan nice and hot here.
Yeah, so you wanna start by adding in probably about, I'd say 2 tablespoons of butter and about a tablespoon of olive oil. And then we've got our arborio rice, which is perfect for risotto. It's a special kind of rice specifically designed for it.
And then you like to just toast the rice first, though.
Yes, so
that's an important step for this.
Very, very important, right? So it kind of preps the rice and gets it ready for the wine and all the chicken stock that you're gonna add in.
And it's also gonna help with a little bit of that flavor. That nuttiness is gonna come through with this as it kind of toasts it.
Exactly. And it just really deepens the flavor and richens up. And like I said, it allows it to absorb all of that liquid when you go in there.
Now, how does one get involved being Dracula? I want to hear about the show here, my friend.
Oh my gosh, this show is absolutely insane. Will you do me a favor and turn it up just a little bit for me? There we go. Yeah, so this show is absolutely crazy. It's written and directed by Gordon Greenberg.
But it's Dracula, but a comedy, because we always think of Dracula as being just all things scary, the Bram Stoker, you know, but it's like, but wait, that's not what I'm seeing over here. Like, this is not like a Bela Lugosi Dracula over here, Keaton.
No, no.
What's going on over here, bud? Like,
so this is Dracula, a comedy of terrors, and it is certainly more comedy than terror. I'll tell you that much.
All right.
No, it is. I was telling you earlier, this is probably the craziest, funniest show I've ever done in my entire career.
And is it fun? Does it add another layer of fun because it is such a beloved character?
Yes. Well, and that's what's so fun about it is people come in expecting that exact same that you were talking about. Oh, we think we're gonna be scared. We think we're gonna be, terrified or horrified because you have this perception of what Dracula is, And of course, we just completely flipped the script on its head, literally.
I love that.
And it is, I'm telling you, it is 85 minutes of just raucous fun and laughs.
That's so much cool. That's so cool.
All right, I think this risotto is perfectly
And you can really
toasted.
see that this is getting to that part here. The colors over here are just absolutely really nice. I mean, if you can see some of these right here, over here, it's got a nice little bit of an amber color in certain spots right there. I mean, that's what you're looking for, right?
Yeah, and it kind of smells that, like we said, that nutty, almost kind of like popcorny smell. Like it smells like fresh popcorn just a little bit with the butter. And so now I think we're about ready for our wine. So we're gonna deglaze.
Okay.
And put
Now, what type of wine do you like to use for this?
any kind of like white wine, but I prefer like a Sauvignon Blanc.
Okay.
That's usually, you don't want it to be too sweet. You want really dry.
A dry.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. We're gonna go in with about a half a cup.
Now, what this is going to do here is this is going to lift anything that might be on that bottom there and infuse a little bit more of just that flavor and all of that acid that's coming through from that wine to really accentuate that rice.
Exactly.
What type of stock do we have here?
Chicken stock.
Chicken stock.
Yes.
So you like that because of its flavor, the salt content?
Yeah,
a little bit more of just that.
When I was creating this recipe, I was actually experimenting. I was like, well, I would like to use maybe beef stock, and I was doing the research on it, and really a chicken stock. You can go ahead and throw that in there for me. Really, a chicken stock is going to go better with the white wine. Even though we have steak as our main feature, with any type of risotto, a chicken is going to be a lot more, I guess I would say basic, like it's more universal than a beef stock.
Absolutely. And you have all these bones that have just released their collagen inside that, so you get a little bit more depth of flavor behind it as well. And this is also another laborious part, but it's the right part because it's just slowly adding ladle by ladle, but it's going to be worth it.
And you want to see every single time, like you get these little bubbles, and as soon as it starts to thicken up, that's when you go in with your next.
So we're going to keep an eye on this because we're taking a break. But we're going to be counting off the minutes when we're back, and we'll be glad to see you. Anyways, we're going to be getting that risotto ready when we're gone. And when we come back, how miso makes a guest appearance ahead. DeeAs. Welcome back to DeeAs. We're getting gothic and making a meal with Dracula today. Well, the actor who's playing him at the Strauss in Tampa, Keaton Miller. He's the lead in Dracula, Comedy of Terrors, a reimagining of Bram Stoker's classic tale on through October 26th. And in tribute, Keaton has created an idea which he's sharing with us, a Dracula dinner party recipe of steaks served with beet risotto and asparagus. Before the break, we trimmed beets and seasoned them with salt, pepper, rosemary, and thyme, plus a little olive oil, wrapped them in foil, and roasted them while we made a start on our risotto. Toasting the rice first in olive oil and butter, then deglazing the pan with a little white wine before adding hot chicken stock 1 ladle at a time, and constantly monitoring it and stirring it every which way to make sure it's perfect for what we need to do next with it.
All right, so you can see now
it's plumped up.
It's plumped. It's really creamy, and so now is the time where we're going to add in all these extra flavors that are going to bring out that wonderful boldness of the chicken stock and the white wine. So I'm going to have you start by adding in some of this miso paste.
Okay.
All
Go
right.
all in here.
All.
Now,
be bold.
What's going on with miso paste? What do you?
Miso paste is like, I recently discovered miso paste like about a year ago. I had never used it, and I tried it, and I was like, wow. This is really good. It gives that perfect, it's like famous for that perfect umami, salty like flavor in there. And I think it really, really helps the beets shine.
Absolutely.
And you can see
a nice creaminess behind this too, which you're going to really see.
And it just melts right into the risotto.
I love that.
Yeah. All right, so perfect. Let's go ahead and add in those lemons over there. So just squeeze them in for me.
Okay.
So about half to 3/4 of a lemon. I don't know, you measure with your heart. That's what I say.
That's what you say?
Yeah. I'm from the South, so we measure with our heart in the South.
It's a pinch here, it's a pinch
there. It's a pinch, a dash, a tablespoon, a cup, you know.
Oh, I love that, though.
Yeah, and then we're going to do a couple of big heaping spoonfuls of that pesto right there.
Now, this is just straight out of the jar.
Straight out of the jar. In fact, when I was creating this this recipe, I didn't even have pesto planned. It was something that I opened my refrigerator and I was like, you know what? Pesto would be really good in this.
Absolutely.
So that's exactly what I did.
You know, what I really love about having the pesto that you're adding into this, you're also going to get a little bit of that garlic. Now, I know Dracula can't really have garlic.
Yes.
But you've got a little bit of garlic, you've got a little bit of cheese there, so you get that saltiness that's coming back into it. So,
And the herbs are so like fresh, and I love it.
what do we need to do with the beets?
Let's do it. So, we're gonna take these beets, like we said, we've had them roasted. Yeah, I'm gonna get my gloves on. Don't want to make a bloody mess.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I mean, like, it's
That is
a little
the
messy.
only caveat with beets, is they love to stain. All right, so all we're gonna do is I'm just gonna peel the skin off of the beets. And usually you can do like, we have a little handy dandy peeler right here. It's just, I find it so much easier to remove the skin with just a nice paper towel once it's been roasted. And then you just toss it right there in the bowl. We only need about 3 beets for this portion size.
How'd I do?
All right, that's perfect, beautiful.
Okay.
All right. I mash them because I like it a little bit more rustic, and I like having little bites of beet in there.
Love it. See, right there, that's already streaming Dracula right there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm already feeling that like vibe right now.
All right, I think that is about good for me.
Okay.
And we're just gonna take everything in here, and it's just gonna go right into our risotto. Now, at first, it's gonna look pink, right? But the longer we let this cook and really absorb into there, it's gonna turn a beautiful, deep red.
But when we come back, steaks, not through the heart, just in a pan and a side of asparagus for any vegetarian, Count Duckula, or Chocula fans out there at Dinner DeeAs. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs, bringing you a taste of Transylvania today via Tampa, where my guest Keaton Miller is playing the lead in Dracula, a comedy of terrors at the Strads, which runs through October 26th. And luckily for us, he just so happens to also be a trained private chef and is making a Dracula dinner of steaks with beet risotto and asparagus. Before the break, we finished up the risotto, adding miso paste, lemon juice, and pesto, then peeling the beets we roasted earlier, mashing them, and adding them to the risotto too. But this wasn't done just yet.
Not just quite. Yes.
Touch here.
So we're gonna add probably about a half cup of freshly grated Parmesan cheese.
Okay.
Right?
I love that. Now
Oh,
this is
yeah.
going to just bring a nice little bit of that salt factor into
Because
it.
you've noticed we've not put any salt into
No.
this at all. Right? And it just adds that richness and the creaminess, and I think it perfectly finishes off this risotto.
Very nice.
Want to give it a little taste?
Absolutely.
Let's do it. Careful, it might be a little hot.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah? Really good.
I like that a whole lot. That is really nice.
And it's perfect with, it's not too salty, it's not too sweet with the beets. I think it's perfectly well balanced. You can taste the herbs from the pesto.
Absolutely. And that was really where like that hint just kind of gets you a little bit because the garlic comes in on that one there. I mean, that one right there, that's really, really nice. Very nice. All right. What do you got going on over here with asparagus?
All right, so this is my dad's recipe, right?
Okay.
My dad taught me how to make my asparagus, and I've been making it this way for years.
Right on.
So it's equal parts balsamic vinegar, then equal parts olive oil.
And I see you got the whisk. So are you trying to do like an emulsification?
That's
over here?
exactly what we're doing here.
Okay.
Right? So that's what you do with your dressing. It's equal part acid and fat, right? And that's how you make a good emulsify. Then I'm gonna do a little bit of lemon juice in here. And then we will do real simple, plain Italian seasoning.
Very cool. Just straight out of the jar. Make it easy. for
Yeah,
yourself.
we don't gotta do all that work.
Yeah.
Come on. And then salt and pepper.
You know, this is really simple because it's like a pantry cleaner too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you take what you want, throw it in there.
Well, that's the thing about when you want to do a vegetable. For me, my goal is always let the vegetable shine through.
Don't
right?
overthink it.
Don't overthink
Don't
it.
overthink.
You can't overthink it, right? All right. So that's what it looks like, and then all we're gonna do is we're just put it really simply over the asparagus. Just drizzle it over there. And this is where we get our hands a little dirty. With clean hands, you're just gonna kind of roll it around so it perfectly evenly coats each of the spears of asparagus. And then into the oven at 425 for about 20 minutes.
That's it. 20 minutes. Fantastic. Now, if you want to be your own Count Dracula, you too can do this by getting the recipe by heading over to dinnerdeas.com. We have the recipe, the ingredients, and all of the measurements ready for you to just follow along on your phone.
All right, so moving on to our steaks. All right, all you're gonna do is you're gonna take any kind of cut of steak you want. Will you go ahead and add some oil in that for me? Yep. And then we're gonna pat them dry. And then I like to just do salt and pepper.
Okay. Very simple.
Very simple. Same thing with steaks. Steaks and vegetables, they have a lot more in common than you think, right? Yeah, so you want that pan ripping hot because we're gonna get a nice sear on it. So just salt and pepper, good. And then
Very simple and clean.
yep, that's all you need. And so something about that I always do with my steaks is I want to pat them dry, right?
Why do you like to do that? What is it for you?
So for me, what I've always learned and what I've been taught is that it helps get a nice crust on your steak.
Moisture can be your enemy in this part.
Absolutely.
You want to be able to really have a nice clean surface for the meat and that protein to hit that pan and really be able to form that nice crust. That's what you're looking for.
All right. And then all we're gonna do is steaks in. Always want to lay away from you.
Yeah, that I think is a part where most people don't think about. They just say, oh, I got to hit the pan. Roll it forward.
So depending on the thickness of your steak, like here, we're going to do about probably 2 to 3 minutes aside.
Okay.
Now, where I like to make it fancy, chef it up a little bit, is I will actually add some fresh herbs into the oil of my pan.
It's almost kind of like you want to almost have a base element. I mean, like I don't see butter and you're spooning it, but you're trying to infuse some of those flavors out inside that oil.
Exactly, just like that. And because the herbs, they fry in the oil.
And you can smell it in the air.
I know.
You can absolutely smell it in the
so
air.
good.
It smells absolutely fantastic because we've had one break, then we had 2 breaks, now a final break, 3 breaks, count them. When we come back, we played it all up ahead on Dinner DeeAs. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs, or Dracula DeeAs today at least. My guest Keaton Miller is playing the titular Transylvanian in Dracula, a comedy of terrors running at the Straws in Tampa through October 26th. And when he's not treading the boards here or on Broadway, he's also a trained chef and has a recipe for us inspired by his show, steaks with a beet risotto and asparagus. Before the break, we added Parmesan to the risotto, then started a side of asparagus, whisking together olive oil, balsamic vinegar, lemon juice, Italian seasoning, and a little salt and pepper, drizzling it onto our spears and roasting them in the oven like your dad does.
Exactly.
All right. Well, we dried and seasoned our steak, keeping it simple, and got it into a hot pan, adding a handful of herbs alongside, and then let them rest. And we cooked up some mushrooms in butter, just butter.
Just plain butter. A little bit of butter, a little bit of salt and pepper. That's all you need.
I absolutely love it. And you can see all that moisture's really come out, and they've shrunk in size because of that.
Yeah. So you want to cook them down and reduce them till they just become little fried, crispy bits.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
all right.
that's
Let's
the best
start
part.
Plating this
Let's
up.
do it. All right. You're going to get a big heaping
You know what's cool
spoonful.
too? Because we had that Parmesan cheese.
Yeah, it's kind of like the spidery
it's got the spider
effect.
webs going on. It's
it
kind of
looks
like a
really
Dracula
good.
theme. It's kind of like, oh, hey, this is really like Dracula's lair to it there. So that cheese really kind of melts it with it nicely.
So nice heaping spoonful, and you're just going to smash it down just like that.
Just a smash down,
Of
just like how
course.
Dracula would do.
All right. And this is where we get fancy. A little bit of that pesto from the beginning, right? You just dash it on the plate, and you're just going to do the same exact thing.
Okay, just kind of a little mess.
We do a little flair. Listen, Dracula's had a lot of time to perfect his craft.
He's perfecting that craft inside this. All right, very cool.
All right, and then we are going to add in our mushrooms.
Okay.
So just a little spoonful, and these just, once again, building that umami flavor, right? This just have a nice little bite, really meaty texture of that mushroom.
That goes well with the asparagus, too.
Of course. So we'll take our asparagus spears, and we're gonna layer them right here across.
love that.
So already you can see we have so much beautiful color on
It really
this
is. It's a
plate.
vibrant dish. over here.
Absolutely.
It's a vibrant dish. Waiting for a steak, too.
I'm gonna grab this one. We're gonna put our herbs this side.
We had those herbs. We had a little bit of rosemary, a little thyme that we just kind of infused into that oil to bring a nice little bit more flavor behind it.
And that steak's just gonna go right
And we let these
there.
rest for a little bit here. Does you ever want to slice into?
All right, and to finish it off,
Yeah.
a little bit of goat cheese,
Ooh,
right?
okay.
So this cheese is just really gonna cut through the richness of the risotto.
You got that. And then what's going on over here?
So we have just a little bit of a compound butter. You can make your own or buy it at the store.
See, I really like that. I love a compound butter, and it does take a little bit to make, and sure, you can make it bulk, but like, you coming through in the clutch and having one that's already kind of made for you, levels up a dish to the next level like that without having to do all the work.
And there you go. That is your risotto, steak, and asparagus.
That's it right there.
So we're gonna taste?
Let's go for it.
Come on.
Where are you going first?
I want to start with the risotto. I feel like that's like the labor of love. That's the first thing I'm excited to try.
All right, you go for the labor of love over there. I'm going to get a little bit of the steak going inside there because I'm going steak with the risotto.
Yeah, everything pairs so well together. Like it all balances out completely and it's a really full-bodied dish. What do you think?
I think it's really fun because like for someone at home, it's just like, you know, hey, how do I get some more vegetables into this dish? You got the beets that you roasted. You've got the asparagus, which you roasted. You did a nice hard sear on the mushrooms.
Of course.
Which brings a bit of the umami out of it. I mean, you're hiding vegetables into a dish that's just like celebrating everything all together, and it works.
And it's beautiful too.
And it's absolutely beautiful, my friend. Thanks to Geet and Miller. See him plus Teeth vamping it up at Dracula, Comedy of Terrors at the Strides through October 26th. Details at dinnerdeas.com, along with the recipe for everything he's made for us today. I'm Jeff Philbin. Thanks for watching, and see you next time with more ideas for dinner, as we call them, Dinner Deas.